Today on the Pizza Story podcast, we're talking to Adam from Hooray for Pizza. From their East End shop on the Danforth to your front door, they've built a reputation for excellence and late night perfection. Let's get to the story.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thank you for having me. Wow.
Thanks for being on the podcast, Adam. It's so nice to have you on.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, it's really cool. I've gone through the show quite a little bit, and it's an honor to be involved. So thank you very much for having myself in my shop on your show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's funny because we were just talking about this before is like we're having some misfires on connection. It's like the more misfires, the better the podcast is going to be.
You hope. I mean,
I hope.
yeah,
Yeah, but I
ultimately you
think it's
hope.
going to be.
Yeah, it was so the first time we tried to get together, there was miscommunication on my part. The second time it went out your way, and then this third time, it's just been back and forth. So I'm glad that it finally connected, and we're
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders here. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're gonna blame the platform for the third mishap.
Yeah, yeah, I will point at the sponsors and blame them. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
it's definitely them.
pleasure to
Yeah,
be here, and I'm glad everything's working.
yeah, me too. So let's take it from the top. Let's start from the beginning. Where are you from? Where are you guys at? How did you get into pizza?
Cool. So we are in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and
Nice.
we are my wife and I run a pizza shop, and it's called Hooray for Pizza Day,
Hmm.
and we have been running it for the last, I guess, 3-ish kind of years. Um, my wife and I were involved in this arson, and we woke up on it was March 13th, and it was like 1 in the morning. My wife has been a barista. I had been doing sales at the time. So, we were usually in bed by 10 p.m. ish. So
Yeah.
to be woken up startling, um, we she woke me up and she said there's somebody screaming outside, yelling at the building to evacuate the building. So I wake up and I look out the window, and to the unit next to us there's flames shooting out of the window.
Oh no.
So yeah, and my wife's sister also lived in the building. So she calls us right away and explains the situation and what's going on. So we try to evacuate. We're on the third floor. So I immediately go to the door, and like I'm back in grade 2 of like all the like fire safety class stuff. So like I'm touching the handle, making sure that it's not hot. I'm getting a blanket with like soaked in water, just in case to put over my mouth.
Wow.
When I open up the door, uh, the smoke is so black and so thick that I couldn't put my hand through it without losing my hand at the elbow. I wouldn't be able to see it. It was so thick. So we decide not to venture out into the hallway, which could have saved our lives because if we turned right, there was an immediate fire that had eaten up the floor below, and like you couldn't even see that to know that.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then the left, it was just more smoke and a stairwell. So we barricaded ourselves into our unit. We got our cats in their cat carrier. They were the only surviving animals in our building. Everybody else who had pets, all the pets perished. I think there was 5 to 10 of them ultimately that did make it through. No human fatalities. Um,
Yeah.
but so we were the last to evacuate. Firefighters saw me smash a fire extinguisher through the window. They put up the ladder. I
Yeah.
got my wife out, I got the cats out, and then I ran down as fast as I could. So that's kind of the origin story of a man in trauma who is now homeless, and we didn't have insurance, so it was just like everything was gone. So I'm doing
Oh my
sales,
god.
and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm doing sales at this time in my life, and I guess, the weeks following, I'm just crying. I'm hating my job. I need something to do that's fun.
Yeah.
And and it was funny too because I had ordered a cookbook just to do in my spare time. So as we're cleaning up the remnants of what's left of the building, Amazon delivery shows up with Mexico the cookbook, which is like a 500 page like syllabus of information, and I don't
Yeah,
have a home to use this cookbook in. So I get the cookbook, I put it in my knapsack, and food starts to become this kind of a therapy session for myself and my
yeah,
wife. Um, Pizza was always something that, like, we loved, and, like, part of our dynamic was we would do pizza Fridays for dinner every Friday, and I don't know the exact number that we're at right now, but if we have dinner on a Friday, and even if we don't want pizza, we'll go to a little shop and taste a slice and, just to keep the number going.
yeah.
But we've done 8 years of Pizza Friday without missing a beat, so
Wow.
yeah, it's part of our connection, and to be able to have a period of my life where it's like, I need to start over, I need a thing. Pizza was kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes total sense. I've been through a similar, I mean, not a fire, but, a very similar thing. And many of the people that I talk to, I was burnout, it was COVID, I was hating my life, and pizza
Yeah.
has become something for them.
Yeah, it was totally that. It was just focusing on the dough, focusing on, um, every aspect of the perfect meal and, like, how to show that on a plate, and pizza was kind of the entryway. So, um
Mm.
Following the fire, I did sales for a little bit more. We went into COVID. I was working for some of the best pizza shops in Toronto, and during my time there, I'm just learning. I am trying to make some of the operation stuff faster, trying to make it better. I'm doing quality assurance for one of the best pizza places in Toronto called North of Brooklyn,
Mhm.
and with the pandemic, I got scared, so I wanted out. So, to go back into sales and, do something from home was very attractive to me. So, I stepped away from it for a little bit, and, there was a company that was in Canada, and it was in US briefly, called Cookin'. And, I think 3 years ago, they contact me, and they see my social media, which is just a guy posting pizza photos, loving pizza, loving food, and they go, "Is there an opportunity here that you would like to create food to go direct to consumer?" And I say, "That's wildly interesting. What do you mean?" So they
Yeah.
show me their interface, and it's this thing that kinda looks like Tinder or any dating profile, but for, like, chefs. So it's like you swipe through and it shows you, Kate, who's a Korean chef, and she has the best bulgogi. Or it shows you Adam, and he has pizza, and he can do pizza from his condo. So at this point, I've only done New York style pizza,
Mhm.
and obviously, I could do that from home, but I don't think it would work. So I discovered Detroit style pizzeria, and we have a couple of them in Toronto. Descendant, we had 8 Mile, uh, Big Three at one point. So I'm familiar with it, but I've never done it.
Yeah.
So me and my wife start making pizzas from our condo to serve to the public, and
Wow.
we immediately start blowing up. So Monday through Thursday, we're doing 20 pizzas, and I'm doing these generally myself. My wife works 9 to 5 at a cafe across the street.
Mhm.
One of the best cafes and one of the best restaurants in Toronto as well. So she's very busy, but she has FOMO, so she doesn't want to miss out. She does just fear of missing out syndrome. So
Yeah.
she goes, "If you're going to do this, I'm going to be part of it. I'm going to be your sous chef." So I said, "Awesome." And she would come home from a 9 to 5, and then we would start firing pizzas from about 5 to 9 to the public. So
Wow.
As I was saying, Monday to Thursday, 20 pizzas per day. Friday, Saturday, we're doing about 40 pizzas. And it's all from our fridge. I was
That's
explaining this to
solid.
some of the yeah. I mean, there's no overhead, so it was like we're getting, checks coming to us for, like, $3,000 to $5,000, and there's no overhead. So it was absolutely insane, and the numbers were only growing.
Wow.
Um yeah, and part of the funniness is, like, making it work, because like, being so motivated and so thrilled to be cooking for others, it's like, how can we put more pepperoni in the fridge? How can we put more cheese grate in the fridge? So it's like the ketchup, the mustard, the condiments that we already have stocked up, we're having to squeeze them out of the containers, put in Ziploc bags, and then just throw in to maximize the space.
Yeah.
So, it was absolutely insane. Um, Door DoorDash and, Uber Eats would show up to the door. They'd go, "Hey, this is a ninth floor condo. Hey, is this a pizzeria? It smells like a pizzeria. Is this Hooray for Pizza Day?" And we go, "Go, go, 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 go," as they then have to go back down the elevator and then deliver it like, like we're an official restaurant. Um,
Yeah.
it's so weird. So, we had all this momentum behind us, and there's an event space in Toronto called Comedy Bar, and they have this location called Comedy Bar Danforth, and they reached out to us and were like, "Do you think you could take what you're doing here?" We had a 5-star review with 500 plus orders on Cookin', and they were like, "Do you think you could do what you're doing there in a professional kitchen setting?" And we both of us, my wife and I, coming from a kitchen background now where I had been in and out of pizza places, I had worked for a couple of the best restaurants in Toronto, La Palette being one of them. Um,
Mhm.
we said, yeah, I think it could take us a little bit to get on our feet, but I think we could do it. And we've been there for the last 3 years. We've served people like Drake, Tig Notaro, Mick Foley from the World Wrestling Entertainment. Uh,
Wow.
it's been really, really cool.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, how did you guys come up with this name?
So my wife and I both like this certain kind of music that's very nerdy, usually. It's called ska music. And
Okay.
yeah, we absolutely love it. There's a band we like called the Aquabats, who are the lead singer was the creator of Yo Gabba Gabba. Travis Barker from Blink 182 used to be one of the Aquabats. They
Huh.
have a song called Pizza Day, and one of the lyrics of the song is Hooray for Pizza Day. So when we were like, what can we name this project that we don't know if it'll succeed? We don't know, but we want to have fun with it. So we were like, let's lean into that. So it's been called Hooray for Pizza Day. People love the name. People don't know the song necessarily, but it's been something that has been kind of fun to just have as a backstory.
Absolutely. No, I'm always very curious about, husband and wife duo businesses because I run a bunch of businesses with my husband and it can be an
Cool.
interesting dynamic. So I'm always interested to see like who does what, how does it go? Like what's the full bob that you guys
Yeah.
work on together?
She tells me what to do and I do it. And that's it.
I'm gonna see if I can get into that same system with my husband.
Yeah. Yeah, Sasha will be teaching workshops every Saturday, so, sign up.
I will.
She has a really great palate, and, like, when I was starting to learn how to do food, her dad is, like, chef level, um, eh expertise on what to do and how to make a plate. So, yeah, she was very much like, "Do this, add more seasoning here, do this," and always polite about it. She never really broke my spirit of, like, she
Wow.
didn't Gordon Ramsay me and, like, throw my plate into the ocean. So we're a good dynamic, and, I've learned a lot from her.
That's really, really cool. And can you kinda take me through, like, what is the menu like? What did it start out at, and what kinda menu you guys have now?
So when we were doing cooking, it was just pizza. I learned that I could do in my home oven. I could do about 5 pizzas every 15 minutes, and the pizzas were selling from anywhere from $20 to $25 per pizza. So our initial menu, we had a margarita pizza. We
Mhm.
had a pepperoni pizza. We had a Hawaiian pizza, which was invented in Ottawa, Canada. I'll have you know, not Hawaii. Uh,
Okay.
and we, in our Hawaiian pizza, it won an award in the last little bit, at, Canadian, Pizza Magazine, the Canadian Pizza Magazine Pizza Summit. We
Mhm.
do instead of doing just like a ham, we do a carnita, so it's very Mexican inspired, which is
Oh,
obviously part of the story. We do a pineapple glaze that has a little bit of, habanero and then, like, a Thai chili in it. with a little bit of
Oh,
honey
that
too,
sounds
so
so
it's
good.
sweet, spicy. And then we do a charred onion with a little bit of tomato sauce on there, cilantro, and then a grana padano. So it's well thought out.
Yes.
It's delicious. One of our top sellers. We do a 3-sauce pizza, so it has marinara, pesto, and vodka sauce, inspired from Crispy Pizza in New York City, who
Mm.
their stuff, it looks so fantastic. Uh, and then we do one mushroom pizza that has a mushroom cream base. We love soup, so we had this mushroom cream of mushroom soup that was fantastic. And we were like, why can't we just use that on a pizza? And then it's finished with roasted mushrooms throughout with a little bit of rosemary and a chive garnish just for freshness.
Wow, that sounds so good.
Thank you. So that was the starting lineup. But then when we started doing Comedy Bar, they have so just to like go into them a little bit. So they have 2 theaters. They have one upstairs and one downstairs. The downstairs theater fits about 80 people. The upstairs theater fits 150 people.
Wow.
So they have shows going on at 7 and 9 on Friday, Saturday, and throughout the week as well. But the weekends generally are sold out. So they do 150 at 7, 9, and then if it's a really good headliner, they'll do another show at 11.
Mhm.
While that is going on, they will also have a downstairs show fit 80 at about 6, 8 o'clock, and then one at 10. So at any given point, we're dealing with upwards of 3 to 700 to maybe even 1,000 people, depending on who comes in to dine at the restaurant. So
Wow.
we do fresh punched French fries. We do poutine from scratch. We do our version of fry supreme. We do bagel bites, which my wife made me put on the menu, which she absolutely nailed it. People love bagel bites if they're looking for something on the lower price spend. And
Mhm.
Caesar salad. We do a hand breaded mozzarella stick. Everything is made fresh because we didn't want to get kicked out of Comedy Bar for doing frozen food. And a lot of
Yeah.
venues tend to lean into frozen food. So everything is fresh, made within the last 3 days, and it's given us a really great reputation.
That's so, so cool. Can you take me through I'm sure people ask you about this, but your experience when you served Drake? Okay, good.
Chaos, absolute chaos. He was so like sometimes when people of that level of celebrity come through, there's kind of a need to have them like sneak in through the back so they can be part of the show, but like they're not taken away from the show.
Yeah,
So there was, and I'm not Comedy Bar, I'm Hooray for Pizza Day.
sure.
From what I was told, there was a series of messages about getting him to sneak in and having that work out. So when Drake finally did come to the theater to watch his show, everybody was expecting him to come at the back. When he came in, he kind of like kicked through the door and had this huge white jacket, and he put his arms up like this as everybody started taking photos of him. So
Oh
nobody
my
was
god.
ready for this. So he came through, he sat at the back, but everybody in the theater was taking photos of him. And the Comedy Bar owner has to be like, guys, calm down. He's like, let's just watch the show. But then he had to go to the washroom. So every time during the comedian who's performing, Drake would have to go to the washroom. So every time he went to the washroom, it was just like the arms up and like the big walk to go to it. And the phones are out and everybody's taking photos of him. So it was wild. It was absolutely insane to be so close to somebody that has such a high celebrity and a fan base. Um, it was very, very cool. And he made us reopen our kitchen. We he loves chicken wings, and
Mhm.
I know he owns Dave's Hot Chicken, or he was an owner for a little bit, I think, before selling
Yeah.
it. So he ordered from us, and he ordered 2 things, mozzarella sticks, chicken wings. Once those went out, we generally would close at 10 p.m. on Friday, Saturday. So we got those to Drake, and the owner comes to the back, and he goes, "Drake got your chicken wings." And I'm, like, expecting the "but." He's like, "But there was an issue." So I'm like, "What do you mean? How'd it go? Tell me what did he say?" And he
Yeah.
goes, he wants you to reopen the kitchen, and he wants 4 more pounds of chicken wings. So I go "Yeah, we'll do that. I'm not gonna send the owner of Comedy Bar to go talk to Drake about not getting his chicken wings." So I go, "Yeah, we'll reopen right away." So we drop the wings, we get more orders through for him and his entourage. I think they had a great time, and yeah,
Wow.
it was fantastic.
That's so cool. I mean, the entrance is exactly what I imagined it to be in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he didn't let down at all, and, like, there's photos of it. It's a fun story. Yeah, he lived up to expectations. It was very, very cool, and I'm glad he liked our food.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Now, what is your favorite part of making pizza?
Um, Going back to, like, with the connection between me and my wife and having it every Friday, it's like I think about being a kid and, having Domino's delivered to us with my dad and my brother, and
Yeah.
just kind of TV in the background and sitting with your family, and it being this kind of like, kind of religious. It's kind of like going to church on a Sunday. It's just like sitting with your people and connecting, and pizza was kinda one of those things, and it was, even bad pizza is great pizza as long as it's not burnt. So my favorite thing about creating pizza is getting to be that for other people maybe, and, like, being part of the, um, the celebratory of people just being around people and enjoying something they love. It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a certain nostalgia about that.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, like, people, it's the most popular food on the planet, and people, it's not going away. It's so cool that I can put my own spin on it and do my own thing. And as the owner of Hooray for Pizza Day, it's like nobody's telling me what to do. I can show up late if I want to. I don't get fired. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, that is good to not get fired. I feel that way too, although some days I'm like, "I wish I would get fired," but most of the time it's
Absolutely. Yeah. The destiny's in your own hands. It's, you do what you want, and you either suffer or reap the rewards of it.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And what do you see for, the future?
We're looking into a second location.
Awesome.
We would love to have our own venue and not be specific to events. But we love the journey and where we're at right now. So try not to get too ahead of ourselves. And if something comes up, we'll take it right away. And if it doesn't, we're doing very well and loving where we're at. I have an incredibly supportive team that kind of runs the ship when I can't be there.
Yeah.
And, I'm wildly grateful to have not died in a fire, which was an option. So,
Yeah.
to be where I'm at now and kind of, doing well, I think, and I hope, I'm just very, very grateful. So trying to live every day in the moment, and we'll see what happens. But second location would be awesome. We have some collabs coming out in the near future with other restaurants and business owners throughout the city of Toronto, which we're very excited for. Um,
Nice.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool to, like, meet somebody that does dumplings and then be like, "Oh, how would you do this pizza?" And then figure out where your minds meet as creative, engineers on this kind of stuff. Um, so we have a couple stuff coming up, a couple things coming through the grapevine, and we're very excited for it.
Very nice. So, if somebody, like, doesn't know something about you guys, like, let's say they look at the social media or they see you guys at the comedy club, is there something that you want them to know about Hooray for Pizza Day?
I think I think coming into it, not really. I think what has kind of been our success is like our early story wasn't really broadcast until recently. We didn't really
Yeah.
care for social media because it was kind of, if we could get under the radar of you come into an event space and go, oh yeah, it's gonna be frozen fries, it's gonna be frozen whatever. Yeah, I'll pay it. Like, just give me the bad food. And then they have a pizza that, like, made their week. That's
Yeah.
so cool and that's so exciting. So yeah, the less people know about us coming into the theater to try the food, wicked. I think we're gonna blow the socks off of you. But if you love the food and then you're coming back, I think I would like you to know that everything is made from scratch. It is a passion project, and, God willing, we're gonna be there for a long time.
So cool. That's what makes you guys so incredible. I mean, not only have you had this traumatic event and you guys changed your life and really followed your purpose, but then you're in this space where usually the food is pre-made and frozen and not great,
Yeah.
and you're making this incredible food.
Yeah, it's such a great, I as a kid in high school, I loved being disruptive. I loved being the class clown. I loved, figuring something out and being like, "This is how you blow it out this way." So to be at a place where your expectations are low and then to do the opposite, it's challenging and wildly rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Adam, where is the best place for people to find you guys?
So we're on Instagram currently. So if you are on the computer, we are at Instagram at hooray, I believe underscore for pizza
Mhm.
day. And otherwise, we are at 2800 Danforth Avenue in Toronto. We are there 7 days a week. Any evening you choose, if you want a pizza, please swing by. You do not need comedy bar tickets to get into the restaurant. Just go down, grab a seat. They'll get you a drink and a hot pizza right away from us.
So awesome. So, guys, please go and follow them. Hooray underscore for pizza day on Instagram. Adam, thank you so much for being a guest. I really enjoyed talking with you. I love the story. I love what you guys have created.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for being so easy to talk to, and I'm glad we finally connected and everything worked out. So pleasure's all mine, and keep up the great show.